Hi guys, my name is Mayank. Today we have to learn that how we can install multiple operating systems in VirtualBox. So first we have to download two or three softwares for that. Like first one is the VirtualBox that you have to download. It allows you to run multiple operating system in one OS only. And the second thing that we want, that is an ISO image. Could be of Red Hat, Ubuntu, or anything else like Linux Mint or something. So how can we download these things? First one is VirtualBox and second one is ISO image. So we have a link, that is this one. Sorry, that is not this one, is http bit.ly regex material. So if we go in this link, we can find that we have all the softwares at one place only. So you have to open the browser, go to a new tab and just paste this link. This is the link like bit.ly/regex material. If you click on that link, you will get a mega.nz website. You can see all of the software kept here only. If you see this, there are three folders: ISO images to download and install, and there is a VirtualBox also that you have to download and install in your Windows operating system. And these are the Linux PDF. You will get everyday updated videos or PDF. You can download it from here and practice that in your Red Hat machine or Ubuntu machine. There are similar commands in Red Hat or Ubuntu. You can use both of them. So now just click on the VirtualBox and right click and click on download. You can directly download as standard download and download as zip. And the second thing that you have to download is Red Hat 7.6, this one. And if you are in the course of data science or something else, you can download Ubuntu. But if you have in technology like DevOps, Ansible, Docker, like these, so you can just download, right click by download standard download or download as zip, the Red Hat 7.6. After downloading, we have that downloaded directly in our system. That is, so this one is the Red Hat 7.6, and we have a VirtualBox software, that is VirtualBox. Now first thing that you have to do is you have to install VirtualBox in your Windows operating system. If you are running by default Linux, that is good. If you are running Windows, then you have to first download VirtualBox and then you have to install that. Okay, so we have already downloaded that software. Just install it by normally double click that, and you can, after completing the installation, what you have to do is next is just directly next, and then it will be finished. After downloading, what you have to do is you have to just install your operating system, that is of Red Hat or Ubuntu, that you downloaded from that link. Okay, so what you have to do, you will get an icon like this of your desktop, and open that. You will get empty here. What you have to do is you have to make your new operating system from here. How can you do that? That I will tell you now. So first you have to click on the new button that in the center upside. You have to give a name to that virtual machine. So I'm giving him Red Hat 7.6 because I have downloaded Red Hat 7.6. So we have to give him the name, as you can see, Red Hat 7.6. Now it will automatically take Linux as the type of OS and the version is Red Hat 64-bit. So after that we have to do is next. And now the main thing, you have to give the RAM size. Suppose you have the 8 GB RAM of laptop, then you can have to give 2.5 GB of RAM to this machine. If you have 16 GB of RAM, then you can give 4 GB of RAM to this machine. So I'm just changing the value to the 3072, means it's a 3 GB RAM. You can give any number of RAM, but the main thing, you have to at least give 2.5 GB of RAM. So now I'm giving him 3 GB of RAM. So again next. Now you have to give the disk size of your Red Hat virtual machine. So now it will create a new virtual hard disk for your Red Hat 7.6. Then just now create. It will create VDI. So just you have to do it again. That is next. Dynamically allocated. Yes. Next. Now the size of the disk. So if you are installing Red Hat, then you have to give him minimum 18 GB. That is minimum 18 GB. If you have more size in your operating system, then you can give 20, 30, 40 GB. That depends on your free size of your laptop. Okay. After that, just create. It will create an operating system with the name of Red Hat 7.6. But now the main thing that you have to install Red Hat 7.6. Then how can you install that? Just click on settings and go to the system. Then you can see here that is base memory is 3 GB of RAM. Now you have to give him ISO image, that is in storage part. Now you have to click on the empty space and we have to identify where we have put the ISO image. So you have to click on live CD, then this CD button, and you have to choose a disk file from here only. So you can go directly to the 7.6 machine and press OK. This is the first thing that you have to do. What you have to do is go to the storage part of that machine, click on empty here. You will get a live CD DVD. Just right click and press on CD, and you have to select the the ISO image. And the second thing, you have to click on hard disk on the system button and put it on the upside, because we are giving ISO image on the hard disk only. So first, whenever the ISO boot up, it will take ISO image from the hard disk only. So these two main things that you have to do whenever you install your OS. So now we just completed two steps. That is, in system we have to up the hard disk, and the second one is to go to the storage and select your ISO image. So if I OK now, OK, done. Now just you have to start that machine. Now the actual installation process of Red Hat 7.6 will start. You can see on my screen there is a pop-up window. It will tell you install or test this media. Now you have to go to the install Red Hat Enterprise Linux and click on that. After that, we have to wait for the certain seconds to boot it up. In the certain second, what we have to do is just we have to wait to boot it up completely. That it will ask us for the language, for the time, for the users, for the storage, like that. And if you want to only CLI mode, that is command line, I told you yesterday in the class, there are two modes there, GUI and CLI. If you want to see all of the graphics of the Red Hat, then you have to do it with server with GUI. But if you want only black screen, that is command line, then you have to just click on CLI. So now the first prompt we got it, the language. So we have to select the language is English. If you know any other language, you can select that also. It's depend on you only. Now this is the main interface that we have to see. We have to click on date first, then choose India, or you can say Kolkata, then done. Then next thing that we have to do is software selection. This is the main thing that you have to see here. If minimal install is clicked, means it will install on CLI mode, but we do not want that to install. We want that server with GUI, means you will get all the interface of user. So click on server with GUI and directly click on done. After clicking on done, you will have to go to below of that, and installation destination you have to directly click on done, because it will take directly that disk that you have created in the previous section. Now we have to wait to these two methods are completely complete, that we won't touch your disks until you click begin installation. What that means is, whenever you click on begin installation, then only it will start the installing process of Red Hat 7.6. So now what we can do is we can just wait for 2 to 3 seconds to complete these two, that is installation source and the software selection. I think it will take 10 to 15 seconds to complete, but what other can do is we just can wait only. So we are waiting for the same, that it will complete. After that we only hit begin installation. So now everything is completed. So now just we have to click, you can just verify all the things: Asia, Kolkata time zone, English, English, local media, server with UI, and automatic partition selected. All these are not necessary at this point of time. We can go and configure it later. So now I'm clicking on begin installation. It will install your Red Hat OS in approximately 30 to 35 minutes, depending on your RAM, on your processor only. So we'll meet after the complete process. It will complete the process in 30 to 35 minutes. So it will tell you to reboot a system. Then you can see that your installation will complete. So we have to wait now 30 to 35 minutes. So you have to set the root password. I'm setting the root password as Red Hat. So Red Hat and confirm. And the user creation will take place later on the class. So now there are 1363 packages to be installed, and till now only 35 packages is installed. So I think it will take time, so we can move further directly. So now the installation is successfully done. You just have to click on the reboot button. It will reboot your system of Red Hat, and we have to do some license and term and condition. We have to accept that. Then you can run your Red Hat Linux operating system directly in your VirtualBox. So this is tutorial for like installing many multiple virtual machines for many multiple operating systems in the VirtualBox using this tutorial. So after running this machine, so just you have to select the accept button for term and condition. You can see on the screen that is now it will ask for term and condition to be accepted. This is how you can install the Linux machine in VirtualBox. Just we have to wait for the page that we got from the. If I view in full screen mode, you can see that it is asking now that we have to license it. Like I accept the license agreement and done. Now we have to finish it configuration file. Now again it will ask some term and conditions, so we have to wait for that to boot it up, and you can run your commands that you learned till now. So I think you can see on my screen that is desktop is up now of Red Hat. This is the basic interface that is called CLI Mode, graphical user interface of Red Hat. And now you just have to click on English, typing, privacy, next, and time zone is, you just have to type call. It will take as Kolkata, next. You have to skip this task, and you have to give, if you want to give name, then you can directly give the name, and the password you can set directly from here only. If you set the password, you have to set the password is like highly confidential, then only it will give you the next button. So I'm typing the highly confidential password for me. Now next. Now you can start using your Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So it will once again check for the graphical interface. Now, so this is the last phase of installing. Now if you right click on your Red Hat system, you can see there is a terminal, and if you want to run the date command, ls command, so there are same as. So this is the tutorial for how to install Linux in VirtualBox of Red Hat machine. So all the best for your installation, and we'll meet in the next session.